Hello, everybody, out in Zoom land and here at Pinecastle United Methodist Church. Pinecastle Women's Club. Sorry, they're going to get me for that one. My name is Chip Hanna. I am the Executive Director of Servant's Heart Ministry. And we want to personally thank you for joining us today at our Painting with a Purpose fundraising event. Your $30 donation today is going to go to feed so many people within this community. And so much more than that, you'll be supporting an organization that's got over 20 years within this community feeding families. We use a network of volunteer drivers we call community partners to deliver food directly to our participant family homes. And we do that in order to develop relationships, minister, and empower people to go from to become contributors within their communities. Recently, we even opened up a resource department that we're truly excited about. And with the addition of our Empowering Live program, we're now able to connect people to rental assistance, job placement, and many other resource needs. And Novella Washington, our resource manager, has got that program off the ground. And we've already seen dozens of stories this year of people who have been served through that program. So we want to thank Novella Washington and recognize her for her efforts. So please continue to support Servant's Heart Ministry and our efforts. It is a truly wonderful organization. We love the people we serve. We truly do. I want to move on and thank our sponsors for today's event. Our presenting sponsor, Wirewood Market, who is selling vintage and antique seasonal decor. They're located in Altamont Springs. Wirewood Market has been a faithful sponsor of Servant's Heart Ministry for many years, and we want to thank them. They're celebrating this weekend their annual Spring Fling event. It's going to be today and tomorrow. You'll see 40 plus vendors of the vintage marketplace that have transformed the store into a beautiful spring wonderland with one of a kind seasonal home decor and antique furniture that come from all over the country. Wirewood Market is a local family-owned business celebrating its 4th year in Orlando. It's home to many local artisans and one of the top-rated antique vintage markets in the area. So head over this weekend for their annual Spring Fling and enjoy a beautiful shopping experience. I've been there personally. It is amazing. It's an event in itself just going to that location. I also would like to thank our red sponsor, who is Rikers Automotive, another sponsor that I use personally. It's an honest mechanic located on Orange Avenue. You get a good price. So if you're looking for a mechanic, please use Rikers Automotive. Go in, ask for Curtis, say Servant's Heart Ministry sent you, and rest easy. I want to thank our green sponsors, who are Essential Mind and Body for your chiropractic massage, acupuncture, and nutrition needs. They're located on 415 East Michigan Street. And Janice Jocelyn at David's Salon. If you're looking for a better stylist, go see Janice Jocelyn at David's Salon, also located on Michigan Street, 1512 East Michigan. And to the ladies of Pinecastle Women's Club for giving us this beautiful venue. So if you have an interest in throwing a party, having an event, or a soiree, go ahead and look up pinecastlewomensclub.com. It's a beautiful location. Give them an opportunity to hold your next event. And certainly not least, we want to thank our generous featured artist, Chen. Chen is a part of the Enjoying Art community. It's an artist community with its primary focus on teaching art to people across the globe through the internet and local classes. The Enjoying Art intends to build an international art community which supports and encourages members in their pursuit of artistic expression. Yong is a college painting professor, a published author, and illustrator of children's books and children's magazines. His paintings have been exhibited in art galleries and museums both in China and the United States. Yong has been actively sharing his art experience with his YouTube followers, and you can visit there and subscribe to his learning channel at youtube.com/enjoyingart. So now, get out your paintbrushes, because today you are all artists. And remember, after you're done, please share your art on social media and spread the word about Servant's Heart Ministry. And now, without further ado, Painting with a Purpose.
Hello, everyone. If you guys have the microphone, if you have any questions during this process, it's just ask me. I'm listening to you. This is the enjoyingart.com. Over here, we have lots of weekly public events and open to everyone. You just go to enjoyingart.com. You'll be able to find that with the link over here. We see the upcoming next Saturday is a watercolor portrait demonstration. We're going to change the different events each week. And also you can find other training programs over here and so on. We can find the material that I use. Let's switch to my painting table. This is the body. Now coming over here. And this is the tail. All right. This is good. Now look at the front over here. You see the whole body, the wing. It looks like this. All right. You don't have to see the feather. You just, at this point, just draw the shape. Just draw the shape. Okay. And at Enjoying Art, we have every Friday painting together events for members. So if you are interested to become better, faster, and you always can join us at any time. Okay. And if you have to leave the community at any time, you can also leave and come back and as you wish. Okay, this is the mouth, right? Now here you go. You got the bird already without drawing the feather. So don't worry about all the details, right? Seeing that? That's the bird over there by drawing two different shapes. Now I'm going to take a look at where is going to be the leg. And the legs coming down all the way over here. Look at the angle. And this is good. And that's just the leg. That's the claw. Here you go. Like that. Here you go. Now we draw the line like that. And then you come back over here to draw the shape of the leg over here. And the back. And here you go. It doesn't take long, right? And hopefully you learn all those techniques, have those skills, and you can teach other people how to draw and without much hassle. And it's actually very easy. Okay, here you go. Now I draw, finish the drawing already. Okay, like that. And I'm thinking about the wood, how far I'm going to draw it. So if you see my previous video, I just end it over here. Probably today I'm going to end it here. So I don't need to have it all the way going through here to the other side to interrupting the part of the book. Okay, this is good. Right inside over here, there is an eye, right? Just draw a little circle, put a little dot in the middle. That's just the bird. It's very easy and simple. Now let's talk about the background. We got to have some background to make the bird look less lonely, right? The bird is in the nature. So I'm going to put that here. That would be the part on the top over there. I'm going to draw a little bit darker so you can see a little bit better. Right here. That's good. I can have a little bit water stream underneath over here. Like that too. Like that. That's just great. And then the feather over here, you can draw a little bit more if you feel a little bit, if that makes you feel better to start. And you first see the big shape. You see that that's the whole area here. Like that. And the area like this. You see that have a different layers of feather. You're seeing the whole big area before the small area. So the layer over layer of feather. So after you have the layer, and then you can draw the feather. And that here has a group over here. Here you go, the feather. And if you see them as shape and see them as a group of shape, and you can do that much, much faster and more confidence. And that's just the tricks. By not seeing them even feather, it's just seeing them as different shape, lighter shape, darker shape. And I think this is good enough for us to start drawing. Are you guys ready? All right. I take the silence to be a yes. Okay. Now here's what we're going to do. We're gonna first drawing the outside of the bird before we drawing inside of the bird. So I'm gonna make this a little bit softer. I don't think that need to be that dark over here. Okay, here we go. Now I'm gonna use, if you use a small brush, I would like you to use the water. So most of you don't have this flat brush, and this is a set of enjoying art brushes, and these two brushes can taking care of whatever you need to paint. Okay, it's a magic. So if these two brushes, you also can go to enjoyingart.com homepage. At the bottom you can see the link. So let's take a look at, if I don't have this brush, assuming most of you don't have this brush, so I'm going to put this on the side. Otherwise, I would just take this, use this brush, and just use a big load of paint, and just boom, 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 and it's done. Okay, so I'm going to drawing painting your way, just using one brush. How I'm going to do that? Because my brush small, so the first thing I'm going to do, you're following me, and I'm going to apply the water to the background, and apply that outside of the bird. Don't put any water inside the mouth. Okay, just want to put down your head looking at where the water going. Okay, don't put that inside of the mouth, because we don't want any background color get inside the mouth. So you see, looking at me, I'm just painting the water carefully. That's going through it, and it's going to be very quick. That's good, like that. Here you go. And this is going to be a wonderful painting. You can make a wonderful gift with this painting and give it to your family or your best friend. Okay, here we go. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to make the whole outside, I'm going to keep loading more and more water, okay? And make the whole outside to be wet, except the bird. I don't want to get into the bird. And here you go. I'm going to keep going, add more water over here, that's good. Like that, that's good. I'm going to have it and over here. And the leg, I think I'm going to paint over the leg. The legs can be a little bit darker. I'm not worried too much about that. I'm going to come onto this side and keep adding more water. Okay, just clean water, clean tap water. Now I'm going to come, make sure that all the places remain to be wet. I just add more water to the top because it may getting dry. The water can be dry like in a matter of a few minutes. I'm going to come over here in the bottom. Here you go. You go like that. That's good. Now painting around the edge. Keep going. Add more water. Just load more water into it. Here you go. Now coming down over here. That's good. Make sure you have the whole page except the bird. Everything is wet. Perfect. Have you done it yet? I take it as you are almost done. And at Enjoying Art, every member, they can have two cameras. One is their computer, one is their phone on top of the table. So actually I can see how they do live at all time. So I can tell them what they painted not right, maybe too much water, too much paint, or maybe not using the brush correctly. All right. What the next thing I'm going to do, assuming you guys are already, oh, look at that. You are pretty busy and still drawing, are you? Okay, you are painting the water. This is good. All right. Well, in that case, my table would be dry. Okay, well, I'm going to keep going. This is actually very easy. And if you can just take a look at, take a peek, and then you see how I do. I have the paint over here, leftover paint. I don't actually usually clean up my mixing plate. Okay, those color can be used again and again. I just take the yellow color. By the way, I only used 3 colors plus this one, optional. Okay, I probably for today, I don't really need that color. So I use the yellow, red, and blue color. That's all I use. Okay, you don't need brown color. We can mix brown color very, very quickly. Now I'm going to just mix this together. Now I got the green color, right? I don't need the green color. Now here we go. I'm just going to tap that in here. And I'm going to make it a little bit darker then. I'm going to get a little bit yellow, get a little bit more green. Okay, I get even a little bit red to make it even a little bit darker. Get a little bit blue color. You see, all those three colors together to make a mixture color can be any color. I'm going to get a little bit more yellow. Okay, over here. You see, this is a little bit more green. Now I'm going to come back over here because of the water already on the paper, right? So it's very easy to just apply the color, and the water is going to bring the paint going into the wet area very quickly. Okay, I'm going to come in over here at the bottom, and here you go. It's just push the color over there and make the color coming into the wet space. That would be fine. That's good and so easy to do. Okay, here you go. Now coming to the bottom over here, and then after you dry, it will be very smooth. Okay, and the top over here, I'm gonna just move the paint around. Use the brush tip. Okay, it's almost there. Here you go. Coming over here. That's good. Now I have this very soft background. We want the background to look a little bit softer because we don't want it look too much texture. In that case, you're going to distract our main object. And I'm going to add a little bit darker color over here. Just put it on. It will be also very soft. I'm going to put that color in here. Here we go. Like that. And it's going to become very soft changes. Okay, no worry. Okay, and if you're brave enough, I also want to show you another technique. Okay, by the way, it may be a little bit too light, so I'm gonna come back a little bit. Here you go, like that, and less contrast. That's good, and you can see the real color on my table. Okay, here we go. Okay, you can have a little water. Just use my hand. Put it into my water bucket, just the clear water. You can do this. Ready? I'm going to have my wet finger. You see the water on my finger? Now I'm going to splash it. You can see now it has a little dot. The water actually getting into the wet space. It's going to become even more interesting. I'm going to do it one more time. Okay, I'm going to have the wet, really wet finger, right? Here you go. A little bit more. Now it's going to have something, ooh, very interesting. I don't know what it is, but make me feel good. Okay, that's just the feeling of painting and making art. You don't know why you're doing it, but you're doing it every day. It actually makes you feel good about yourself, right? It's just not hard to make in the background. Are you guys working on that already? Make the green color. That's just great. The next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to continue. Okay, I'm going to do it slower. Okay, I'm very slowpo. So I'm going to continue down over here. Still wet. The whole background has water. Now I'm going to mix a little bit light brown color. And some people say, oh, brown color is the most difficult to mix. Actually, most easy. Okay, just say the yellow. You know how to mix the orange color, right? The orange color is the yellow and the red. It will be orange. The orange have a little bit blue. It will become the brown color. Okay, I'm going to show you. And get a little bit blue, maybe too much blue. Okay, that's all the three colors together by having a little bit more of the red and yellow. See that? That's a brown color. But however, how dark is it? It may be not that dark. So first, I'm going to use this darker brown color at the bottom over here and put it over here first. And just tap on it. Okay, that's good. Have a little bit brown color over there. Oh, that's just good. And what is next? I'm going to just use the water. Okay, just add some water. I'm going to put this closer to here so you can see my water bucket. Okay, the edge over here. I'm going to just take a little water and then put it on so to become the color lighter. Okay, here you go. I don't even take more colors. I don't need to take more color. And just put it here. Now it has a lighter. Here you go. Like that. I can paint around the legs. And here you go. Like that. You can paint around the leg over here. And paint around the rack. And oh, that's good. And paint around over here. Now I having some light brown color over there. I also have a little bit over here too. I'm gonna have at the bottom over here. Have a little bit like that and leave a little light shade. Okay. And also in a little bit at the front over here, I can have a little bit orange, but too bright. Okay, all right. Now I'm gonna come back to the brown, the light brown color. Have a little enough water, and that's good. Like that, have the color going through on this side. Okay, that's just very easy, isn't it, huh? If you want, you also get a little bit darker color. So let's get this a little bit darker color. Just come in over here called drop in technique. Okay, drop. Ooh, have some little dark color. Yeah, just drop some color over there. And this is good. So you can see a little bit detail. Could be a little rock, right? Okay, I'm going to be waiting for you. Okay, no worry. We just finished the whole background. If you get the yellow color and put over here, this is yellow. And it looks a little bit brighter on the screen than it actually is, right? And have the yellow color over here. And then you can clean the brush, or you just take the color on the side. Okay, now let me take the red color. Okay, clean my brush, get a little red color. And these two colors together, we know that it makes the different orange color based on how much yellow, how much red, right? I'm gonna get a little bit more yellow, and now it's a little bit more orange. You see this? You know, it's in the summer, you eat lots of orange, and this is the orange color. You can paint the orange, right? That's orange. You have more yellow, you're gonna get into yellow orange. And get a little bit more and more yellow. And have a little bit more red would be the red orange or orange red, right? Now with these two colors together, imagine if you add the third color, because we don't have four color. That's only the three color we have. Now we're gonna take the little blue, okay, little blue. Here you go. And the blue over here, too much blue, it looks like green. And now we mix into here. Now it makes it a little bit more like brown. The brown very much can see that as a darker tone of the orange color, because the blue make everything look darker. Can you see that? It's a little bit darker. Now you can take this color, and if you want it to be lighter, okay, I'm gonna have a little bit more red and a little bit more red over here, and can have a little bit more blue, and you can make the brown a little bit darker. Okay, here you go. That's darker brown, and get a little bit more red. And very much by using these three color, you can mix it together for all of the color that you need. That's also a red brown color. If I have a little bit more blue, a little bit more cooler brown color, right? It's a darker too. But if you want the color lighter, how can you do that? That's easy. Just take the water, add the water in here. Now it becomes lighter. And what about, I want it to be very, very light. Do I have to add white paint? No. You just add more water. Is that simple? And what about, oh, how about white? And you just don't do anything. That the paper is white. That's the trick of the watercolor. This is the water, okay? Right now, this is not suggestions that water. So I'm gonna mix a little bit yellow, and with the blue, I'm gonna make a little green color again, right? That's probably too green, too much green, okay, too bright. Now I'm going to take a little red, and the green would be a little bit muted, less bright, okay? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this color to add a little water, make it a little bit lighter. I'm going to paint it into the reflection of in the water, like that. You're going to put that a little bit like that. So reflected looks like, oh, this is some color reflected onto there is a water stream. This is why it has some reflection. Here you go, like that. And I have a little reflection over here too, coming over here. Now a little bit over there. That's good enough. So it looks like, oh, that is the water, because water reflected anything above the water, right? So also gonna put a little bit green over here, a little green over there. It just make it feel like there's some vegetables somehow also, maybe also a little water over here and reflected over there like that. That's good, right? And the front over here, actually I'm gonna make a little bit light blue color, hey, look like I reflected the sky, and that will be fine. The mouth is a little lighter color. We're gonna put the yellow color over there first, right? And the back, the feather over here, a little bit lighter. But we already have those color already, right? We have the brown color. We already know how to mix the brown color. Let me get the brown color over here. You see that? The brown color I mixed earlier. I don't want to waste it. I'm gonna just take a little brown color over here. Now I'm gonna put it right here. You see that? Just a little brown. Just put it right in here. Maybe have it up here, start coming down like this. And now don't get all the way down over there, because we want it to remain to be white. And in that case, I'm going to just take the water, clean my brush, and just use the water to lead the color down here. See that? That is from brown, even more brown, okay? Up here, a little bit brown, coming down to no color, okay? That's very easy for the wing. We're gonna paint dark color a little bit later, okay? That's just good. Now, did you finish that already? And while you are doing that, I'm going to paint a little yellow color to the mouth. And just take the yellow color. See that? Just take the yellow color here. It becomes very simple. I'm going to just take the yellow and just put it right next to the eye, right over there. And here you go. If you have a brush that's very sharp, and that would be very good. And it's very easy to apply the color over there. And the bottom have a little bit more brown color. Also, it can be a little bit orange color. Here you go. Like right underneath over here. That's good. I'm gonna make that a little bit yellow brown color at the lower part of the mouth. Okay, here you go. That. Now this is good. I'm gonna maybe want it lighter, so as I clean my brush, just use the water to light it up. Okay, that's good. Like that. That is taking care of the light area of the bird. And next, we're going to paint the legs. I'm going to continue painting leg. Just put a little brown color, yellow, and with the brown color, but also with a little bit, just a little bit brown. I'm going to just get the little brown color over here and coming over here. That's good. That makes that color. I'm going to paint it into the area of the leg. Here you go. The leg a little bit darker than the background. Here you go. That's good. Right? And that's good. Okay. Take your time and have fun. That's very important. And here you go. Like that. And the leg coming down. And that's good. Over here. And then we finish the leg already. Now the next thing we're going to do, we're going to paint the body of the bird. First, I'm going to put a little bit brown color. I'm going to come back here to get this brown color which we already mixed earlier. I'm going to have that and put a little color inside the bird eye. That's simple. Okay. Put a little color there. So later, after it dry, we can paint the line and the inside. We finish the eye of the bird. We first going to mix the color for this part of the body because these two parts are a little bit separated. Now take a look at how we mix that color, huh? All right, we're gonna take a look. That color is more like a dark color. We're gonna get a little bit more red and get some blue. And that is almost like that color. It's a little bit more like a purplish color. And now what we're gonna do, and we are going to have a little bit water. Okay, just make it a little bit lighter. Now let's take a look. It's good. It's simple. Mix the red and the blue color together. The blue color, by the way, I'm using is the green shade blue color. I'll say the present blue, and that would be the blue color I'm using and mix into this. You see, now I'm gonna start adding this. Coming here. Here you go. Oh, are you looking at me? And coming down over here. And just come over here. And then when it get a little bit lower, I'm going to add a little bit blue color to it. Okay, just going to add the blue. Take a little bit blue in here. And so the color will look a little bit different. Okay, here we go. Just slowly, we're gonna add those color all the way to the tail. Okay, here you go, like that. And I can have the color all the way coming up here. And I can paint it in. Here you go, that's good. And the tail over here. Paint the feather over here, that's good, like that. And you can have the feather even longer if you want to. Okay, that's good. Now I have this color. I'm also gonna paint it into this area like that, and you can paint around some light shape. You make it look like the feather. All right, I'm gonna paint it like this. Watch. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, and I have some line. You can see that. That's pretty good, huh? That's good. Like that. I'm gonna have a little line over here too, like that, and make the little bit feeling a little bit light feather, and that's good. Now I'm gonna coming onto this side, and I'm gonna also go into paint a little thin line in here. Alright, that's good. Paint a little thin line over here. Now I'm gonna painting around the thin line so it doesn't have a feeling kind of like a all solid. We want to have a little bit light shape around here. Okay, that's good. Now I'm going to have a little bit darker. I'm going to just mix a little red, a little bit more red, and have a little bit blue. So this color have less water. Now over here, I get a little bit more red and a little bit blue. That's how you're going to make the color a little bit darker and less water. Now here we go. I'm going to use it a little bit dark color and put it here and right for this layer of feather. Okay, here we go, like that. And have a little bit shadow inside over here. You see, this is good. I'm gonna have a little shadow around here and outside. So you can see that a little big shadow like that. And that's good. And a little bit darker feather outside over here too. Now after I have this color, and I am going to somewhere, I'm going to use clean the brush. Okay, clean the brush and just get a little bit of this lighter color. And now I'm going to connect that and also give a little gap and make it look like different feathers going down over here. You see that? That's a beautiful feeling of feather. And now I'm going to come back to the top over here, also soften that a little bit. And I think right here, we're gonna add a little brown color. So I'm gonna have the brown color over here and get a little bit more brown. And here you go, right here. And that's good. And have a little bit brown connected to the feather. Okay. And in the back, it looks very good. I'm gonna soften that a little bit over here. If you want to be lighter, just use the water to make it lighter. Okay, that's good. And like that. Have a couple line over here. You can make it even look better, like the feather, right? And while you're painting on that, I'm gonna have also a little bit texture, a little gap over here on the top. It just put a few mark over there. If the people will feel like, oh, that's just the feather. Okay, like that. A little bit feather over here. Okay, just get a little bit gap, a little bit texture, and then after the whole thing dries, you can come back to do a lot more changes if you want. Let's add a little deeper shadow underneath. Okay, let's mix the color, paint the areas in the head area. Now, that color is actually a little bit darker than over here. The first mix the color from the top, have a little bit more blue, isn't it? You can see that I have a little bit blue. Just take a little bit blue color, have a little bit water, a little bit, and you can make sure you always thinking about how dark the color should be. Okay, I'm gonna paint that around the eye. Here you go. Like that. Around the eye over here, have a little bit light shape. Okay, don't get the color too much into the eye area. Always have a little white shape around this area. And then this is good. And then I'm gonna add a little bit red color to make it look like feeling a little bit warm color. Okay, I'm gonna have this look before you go too fast. Okay, now I'm gonna painting around here. That's good. Now I'm getting down over here and get a little bit darker. And it's going to be a little bit darker. By having a little bit, want a little bit darker, you have to have a little bit more red and the blue color. Okay, that's just the secret for that. Now how I'm gonna make it darker? I'm gonna get more red. Okay, right, the red over here, and get a little bit more blue. Okay, here you go. Get a little bit more blue. Here you go. Now I'm gonna have this very, very dark, and maybe too dark. Okay, I'm gonna see, and like that. And I'm gonna put a little dark color over here too, and have a little bit right here. That's good. I'm gonna have a little bit this dark color coming down over here to separate the body from the neck. Okay, that's good. Now I'm gonna use the water because that's too dark. I use the water. Now I'm gonna put it in between these two color, so it look like the color changing from dark to lighter. Okay, here you go, like that. That's good. And then at the bottom, I'm gonna add a little bit more red color to it. I'm gonna see that. I'm just gonna add the red. You see the red right over here already. I'm gonna put the red right next to right here. You see that? That's the color of the feather. It's called tricolor heron. Okay, here you go. Like that. Have a little big feather coming out like this. That's good. Right? Now I'm going to use the red color also from the top for the top right here. Okay, a little bit red right there. That's good. Like that. That's good. Okay, we're gonna leave a little white hair at the top. That's okay. And I'm gonna have maybe just a little bit red like this, and going just a little bit here coming to this side. Okay, here you go. Yeah, that's good. Showing a little bit feather top. Okay, that's good. Like that. Now we finish this big area. Maybe have a little bit darker color right over here, a little bit, and also a little bit gray color and the outside here, just a little bit, just tip on it. Good. That okay. And also we can see that we can suggest it that's a little bit farther. Okay, draw the line over there. That's showing that's just the front of the neck. Okay, that looks very nice. Since we have that color so beautiful, we also want to have the same darker color over here too. It looks like there's some feather. I'm just put that color over there. That's the feather shape. So you don't need to actually soften it too much. You can see the feather coming down here have a different shape, and the different shape up over here too. Now we have the second layer of the feather. Here you go, like this. And you can put a little bit small texture for the gap, okay, like this. And over here also I have a little bit darker color and this feather too. That's good. A little bit blue color, take a little blue color and put it right over here too, make it a little bit more interesting. Okay, that's pretty good. I'm going to paint the eye. It's the most enjoyable thing we're gonna do. Paint the eye. So you have to have a brush that's very, very sharp. Okay, if your brush is not sharp, it may not be able to. You got to have a sharp brush. Okay, here we go. Here's what we're gonna do, and we're gonna take the very dark color. I just the red and the blue color mixed together, that you can get the very dark color. And here you go. Now here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna painting into, just draw the circle of the eye. Okay, and here we go. I'm gonna put that right here, like this. Draw the circle. That's good. I draw the circle, and then I put a little big dot in the middle of the circle. So, right over there. Here you go. Now I have the eye finished. And then the next thing I'm gonna do, I just use a little bit gray color. And this is the gray color, very much the red and the blue color. You can mix the gray color. I'm gonna put it, there's a little texture on the mouth over here. Watch, there's a little line first. Draw a little line in between the upper and the lower part of the mouth. And like that, continue. And then I'm going to just take a little blue color, just a little bit. I don't want to paint it like a solid color. I'm just going to have a little dry brush. Let me show you how to make the dry brush for the texture. I'm going to use the tissue or the paper towel. Okay, I let go some of the wet. Okay, I'm going to get a little bit more color first. Okay, and here you go, a little bit of the blue color, and that, and let go of that, and just very dry. That's, here we go. Now I'm just going to paint it a little dry texture on the mouth. Okay, like that. Some dry texture. That's good. It looks great. And I'm gonna paint the nose. There's a little big shape over there. Can you see that? There's a little nose right here. I'm gonna put that little big line over there. That's good. Like that. That's good. And actually I wanted to have a little bit more yellow into that area, make it brighter. I'm gonna adjust the yellow with the red, with feeling a little bit more orange color. I'm gonna put that again into that area around the eye. That's good, like that. And have a little bit more red, and you can see the color a little bit more like a orange brown color, and put it right under over here, make it a little bit darker. This is good. Now make it more lovely and soften that a little bit. That's good. Now, the next thing we're going to do, do you know? Oh, by the way, I missed a little bit red color in this area. I'm going to have a little red color, mix that in this area. You see that? A little red color. Put over there. It looks fun. Now, we're going to painting the rock. No, the log. Okay, we're going to paint the log. That's the brown color. Okay. Thank you for asking me earlier how to mix the brown color. Now you can use the brown color again and again on a different plate. Now I'm going to painting the dried texture. I'm also going to let go some of the wet. Just have a little dry texture. Have that for the wood. Okay, like this. Okay, a little bit dry brush. And then I'm going to have a little bit darker color. And seeing some of the gap, you have to have some darker color. Here you go. See a little gap over here. Okay. That's good. And have a little bit color right here. That's good. And by the way, I want to acknowledge that thanks to our friends and photographer Rob Matheson that let us to use this reference. And it's a beautiful photograph. Okay, now we finish also the texture to suggest this wood right here. Okay, now you see that looks really good. Now if you want to take more challenge, you can paint a little bit more to the legs, but you want to paint the color, it's already look good. But however, if you want to say, oh, there's a little bit line over here at the top, now you can see the shadow on that. And also you can see the little texture on the leg, and not too dark, just a little bit lighter, and a little bit texture like that. Okay, here you go. Only on one side like that. That's good. And also on the same thing on this side, a little bit details. That's good, like that. And also the tip of the claw, you can see have a little bit darker like that. Have a little bit darker like that. That's good. Okay, that's perfect. Okay, have a little bit darker underneath the claw because of the shadow. Okay, like that. I think this painting is almost finished. If you have an X-Acto knife, and you can do one more thing to make this painting perfect by scratch a couple lines. Okay, this X-Acto knife. Be careful, children. Should be really careful. It's very sharp. Okay, it could hurt yourself. So making sure your parents can help you to do this. And if you are going to just look at me, just slowly scratch a line, just persistent. You don't want to scratch all over the places. You can just scratch one line coming out over here. That's good, right? We're gonna have a few more lines over here, and I'm gonna have that like this. Okay, you have to scratch. Don't cut the paper. You scratch it like the sideway, like this sideway, not coming this way. We're cutting the paper. Okay, if we're gonna scratch that for the dean here. Okay, a little bit more. Okay, that's good. A little bit more. Show the feather. Okay, we also show a little bit line coming out like this. You have to be patient. Just be persistent. Not just one time you can create a line. You have to do like a very slowly. Just put a little bit effort. You just do it a few times for one line. Okay, like that. Okay, now it looks a lot better. And the bottom over here, I'm going to extend some line. You see that I persistently just going on the extend the line. Here you go. Keep scratching, but don't scratch all over the place. Okay, here you go. Stay on one line for a little bit. Give it a few more times, and you can find that it looks like just like the feather of the bird. Okay, like that. Okay, that's pretty good over here. Okay, also gonna have scratch a couple line over here too. A little line over here. You can also using lifting to create those light shape too. Okay, that's good. And the back over here, I'm also gonna scratch a thin line. Just be persistent. Draw one little line. If you don't want to use scratching, you can also use the white paint. You can do that too. Okay. Or you just leave it. You don't have to do this extra. And the painting will look pretty good and look finished.